Considering all this talk about prices going up due to tariffs, it looks like we're going to have to increase our prices overall. But by how much? Well, that depends. As of right now, it could be as much as 104%. Correction, that was at the time of recording this video. At the time of recording this video, it is now at 145%. If we still source our products from China. Now, I know most of us don't source things from China. We usually just buy things either online or through, let's say, like SS Activewear or through some smaller supplier. But our suppliers do get a lot of their things from China. So 104%, considering Trump's extra 50% on top of the 34%, on top of the previous 20%. I'll give you a few examples of different products that come from China in a little bit. But for now, let me just tell you that it's a lot, especially if we do print things besides t-shirts. So what isn't being affected by these tariffs? Well, there's one category of products that isn't being scathed by this at all. And best thing is that you can actually sell it worldwide, again, with no added tariffs. And truthfully, if you're not selling these right now, then right now might be the time to start stocking up. So what am I talking about? Digital products and services. Now, before you click off this video thinking, I don't have anything to offer, or that's not my thing, or I've seen and heard this before, not for me. Let me tell you that if you work with a computer in your day-to-day, then most likely you actually already do have something to offer that you just haven't thought of. Stick with me a little bit longer to find out what that could be and a few other examples. So first things first, what kinds of digital products are able to be sold? Well, really, almost anything. And we're not limited to just products. We also have the availability to sell our services. So in terms of products, let's take, for example, my industry, right? The t-shirt business. What do I myself use? Well, for one, the day-to-day, designs. What is a t-shirt printer without designs? At that point, I would just be reselling blank t-shirts. So designs are something that a lot of people look for. Designs can be sold on your own website if you're using something like Shopify. By the way, link below to get 3 months for just $1 each month if you want to open up your own website. And also on platforms like Etsy. Etsy is huge for digital products overall. And the best part, you don't even need to know how to design to create these images. You can use something like Kittl AI text-to-image generators that work exceptionally well. Check this out. All right, so this is Kittl, and let me quickly show you exactly how easy it is to come up with any sort of design using their text-to-AI image generator. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and click on image generator. By the way, you're not limited to just things like PNGs. You can also do vectors. So you can do SVG images or text-to-vector images. But for this, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna do a regular PNG image. I go through the advanced because it just really does give a lot better results. And I go through clip art styles. Clip art simply means that it's gonna give you the design itself without any pretty much box around it. So that way it's structured perfectly for something like a t-shirt. So let's do the cartoon. So on here, I'm just gonna tell it that I want, all right, so a boy holding balloons with a birthday cake with the number 3 on it as a candle. So let's go ahead and generate the image. All right, so this is what it came out with. And this is pretty much exactly what I asked for. Now I could have been a little bit more detailed and asked it for maybe 3 balloons or a few other things, but overall, this is perfect. This is just what we need. Now there are a lot of other art styles that you can choose from, like let's say the watercolor. Let's do a quick one with that. Actually, yeah, let's do the watercolor. And let's just do something simple, a bouquet of flowers. So I accidentally took off the watercolor style, but just to give you an idea so that way you can see exactly what I'm talking about, you see how this design has the beige background and this one doesn't? This one just has a white background. This white background is a lot easier to take off. So the design itself is this, the clip art. So just a little boy. Now this one is going to be a little bit harder to take off because you can see it has shadows and a few other things. Now, some other images might come up with a lot more detailed backgrounds, which make it even harder to take off. So just so you know, just as an example. So for now, let's just go ahead and turn the watercolor back on, and then let's do another generation really fast. By the way, while this is generating, if you do want to check out Kittl, you can save 25% off of any subscription plan if you use my code NECOPRINTSTT with the link down in the description below. Quick note, that is an affiliate link, so if you click on it and you do subscribe, I do get a small kickback. But check it out. It just finished generating, so let's see what it came up with. And actually, I actually really like it. So let's zoom in a little bit. You can see it has a little watercolor splash effect. And again, it is a clip art style image. So you're going to see pretty much the edge of everything. You know what? Let me show you what I mean. Let's go ahead and remove the background, take that opacity off, and then here we can remove the background on the design itself. And there we go. That's how it would look like. So now if we do want, we can change the background color, like the entire background. Let's say we can make it, let's make it black. Increase the opacity. And there you go. A couple of spots here that need to be fixed. But there we have it in white, red, and so on. Now, if we do the same thing with this one, remove the background. This one's actually a lot cleaner and all of the extra white came off. And let's try it with this one really fast, see what it does. Well, actually it did really well. Wow, this one came out really good. Funny enough, it came out better than the watercolor clip art one. But yeah, this is pretty much what I was referring to. As you can see, it's really efficient. AI text-to-image generators have come a long way. And Kittle's definitely one of the better ones for things like t-shirts and stuff like that. Now, Kittl actually allows you to sell the AI images that you create on there. You have full right to them. So you're able to, in fact, resell them. I suggest to just be upfront with your customers though, and let the people know that you are in fact creating these images with AI. Because honestly, some people have strong feelings about AI and AI art. But anyway, just so you're clear and not mislead anyone into thinking that you're actually taking the time and really long hours into designing just one single image. Also, quick note on Etsy. I know a lot of people say that selling on there is not worth it. You have slim profit margins and a lot of different things. But hey, seriously, set this up and just let it be. It could potentially become passive income if people start buying, if you keep scaling and putting some effort into it. Obviously, you do need to have good designs and follow trends to be able to scale a bit more efficiently and make a little bit more money. But at the end of the day, what do you have to lose? Honestly, the only thing you would lose is just some time that would have otherwise been spent on, I don't know, Netflix or video games, which by the way, of course, no hate on that. If you want to chill and relax after a long, hard day, I completely understand. Trust me. I'm just talking from personal experience. But seriously, any extra time that you have, try putting it into a little bit of extra work or into some work into setting up a store and adding a couple of products. When they sell, you really don't do anything at all. The entire thing is pretty much automatically processed. And even if you don't make a lot of money, even if, I don't know about you, but I don't mind an extra $50 a month, to be honest with you. And again, that's just as one example. It can be easily scaled by continuing your research and adding more and more products. But besides that, templates are also huge. Things like t-shirt mockups, for example, all you have to do is really just take a t-shirt blank, set it up outside or on a floor, on a bed, hanging from a closet, a fence, or whatever. And there you go. You have a unique template that nobody else is offering. Use things that you have access to, things that not everyone else has access to. Take me, for example. I live near the beach. What, you guys actually thought that I was going to go to the beach? I hate the beach. I can easily just take a shirt, go up to the beach, and take a picture in some sand or the pier. And bam, a beach shirt mock-up. Want to take it a step further? Put it on and take a couple of more pictures. And there you go. You have a model mock-up. It's really that easy. And if you're worried about equipment, most phones have a good enough camera to be able to take good pictures. Just put in a little bit of extra effort into the presentation and you'll be good. Now, what about, let's say, t-shirts, right? Random example, but let's hit a different industry. Let's hit it at a different angle. Well, teachers work on, I don't know, lesson plans. They create work for their students. They make tests, worksheets, etc. Some don't. They get them from textbooks or resources that are readily available to them, so that way they can just use. But whatever. The point being, if you're a teacher, then you know how this works. You know how to present questions to students and structure a lesson plan and so on. Then why not sell that? Create lesson plans to learn certain topics or subjects and sell that online. That would be a pretty high ticket digital product too, since, it provides value or tons of value. You see how you can create something in your own industry based on what you already know? Take something you do in your day-to-day and try to find a way or something about it that can be sold. Something you yourself would consider paying for. or really something that you could consider technically, I guess, outsourcing. And that leads me to services. So for t-shirts, I could offer, let's say, vectorizing and designing services. I can save people time by offering to take their PNG images and transform them into vector images to be able to cut for HTV, vinyl, or whatever. I can also create a logo or a design for them based on their needs. And again, this we can go back and use something like Kittl. Now, another example would be something like video editing. As a content creator, I know how to edit videos, so why not offer those services to others? Some people might not have the technical know-how on how to edit videos, or they might just not be creative enough, or whatever the reason may be, it's just really not their thing. So because of that, my services might not be on par with, I don't know, a professional video editor, of course. So always remember to price based on your experience and what you can offer. Don't charge, I don't know, $200 for a 10-minute video if all you're doing is cutting and really not adding any effects or really anything at all. So be reasonable with what you're providing and be real with the experience that you have. I personally do outsource my videos, or at least the video editing part, and then I add a few different effects on the top of that once I receive it. So because of that, I didn't look for someone who charges premium pricing. So there you have it. Even with all the extra costs and tariffs, you've got opportunities to sell products with no added fees. Digital products and services. Whether it's selling designs, templates, lesson plans, or offering services like video editing, you can build a revenue stream without having to worry about increasing import taxes or anything of that sort. Now, if you're ready to start selling or even just brainstorming ideas, don't wait too long because things are moving fast. The market is shifting and digital products will be a huge opportunity sooner rather than later. Remember, you have nothing to lose with this except for maybe a little bit of time and maybe a very minimal investment. Let's say it's to start an Etsy store or the $1 from the Shopify trial. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment with your thoughts. What kind of digital product or service could you create and sell? Also, don't forget to subscribe if you found this video helpful or informational. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mario with Neko Prince, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.